Hello, Tom Graser here for the CSA unboxing video for week 9. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. We do this every week. It doesn't matter. Numbers are just a number, right? It doesn't matter. Reading the Plain Dealer, as I do on Friday afternoons. This one is one for this week, has Friday's date on it. Story about a couple stories from the last Canton School Board meeting. Gem and Mineral Show is coming to the pavilion in a couple of weekends. Big story on men's soccer. The men's soccer team from Canton won the league championship. And here's one of the benefits of being a Watertown Daily Times subsidiary is if you're looking to retire, there's a bunch of information from the Social Security in this week's Plain Dealer. So pick that up. Pick it up at almost any store you want in Canton, if it's a convenience store or a grocery store or something like that. Or you can get a subscription by dialing this number. It is affordable. It is worth it. I hear from a lot of people who say they enjoy what they've been seeing in the Plain Dealer and that we're doing a good job. Need to have more people buy it. So get your subscription and support local journalism. It's important. Went down to the farmer's market this morning, as we do every Wednesday morning. And when I say we, I just mean me, because I generally go by myself. But I went down to the farmer's market this morning, picked up my CSA from Kent Family Growers, got lots of great stuff. We're going to take a look at that. But first, let's take a look at some of the vegetables that we got last week and what we did with them. And then we'll come back and we'll take a look at the vegetables that we got this week. There's that honeydew melon that I got last week. Man, was that delicious. I made a salsa, or a pico de gallo. You just chop up a tomato and some peppers, and there's a little bit of garlic in there. There's the onions added to the mix. I actually put some corn in this one as well, and then a bit of cilantro, and there it is, all mixed up and delicious. Lasted about 10-15 minutes, I guess. Here's a tomato, all sliced up and ready for, guess what? A tomato sandwich, and that was delicious too. Went to the farmer's market this morning. Potatoes were available. Here is the setup at Kent Family Growers, and it was a busy, busy day at the farmer's market. Okay, wasn't that salsa, I've got to say, was great. And now I guess it's a pico de gallo, right? But I guess now I make little batches of it in a few minutes, just like chop up half a tomato, throw some cilantro and onion and garlic, and we're off to the races. And maybe we'll do that again this week, because we got some of those ingredients right here. Let's take a look what we have. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I had a choice to make. Melon department. There were honeydews like we got last week that you saw the pictures of, delicious. And there were cantaloupe, which we got 2 weeks ago, which was delicious. And this is the first week we've seen the watermelon, so I got that. It's kind of small, but I got a hunch it's going to be really, really good. So we got a watermelon right there. I watched a YouTube video the other day about this guy making all this stuff with watermelon, cutting it special ways, freezing it, churning it up and making it to ice. Just eat your watermelon. It's good. It's good just the way it is. Do not put mustard on it. Just eat your watermelon. What else here? Okay, speaking of green vegetables, green peppers. Got some green peppers today. I believe it's just these two, a little teeny tiny one. And this is because how does a CSA work? You get to pick. We have a basic share, so we get 8 different items. And then each item is different. So the peppers, you get a certain amount. I think it is 1.5 pounds, and this kind of works out to 1.5 pounds. So sometimes you have to be fair. Now, there was a question about last week's video, because I talked about how I like to put 4 items in each of my 2 bags so that I know that I have 8 and I only have to count to 4, even though I have to count to 4 twice. And a person said, wait, you had 5 items in one of those bags. And I did, but that's because cukes and zucchinis are 1 item in the eyes of Kent Family Growers, and you get 4 of those. And so that's why it looked like I had 9, but I really only had 8. But you know, the other thing is, it's an honor system. And I know when it's an honor system, people make up their own rules as they go along, you know, because they think they're just being fair. But so I'm trying to think. I don't really have any rules. You also you don't have to get 8 items. I could get So there's 2 pounds of carrots, which we'll see in a minute. But I could have gotten 4 pounds of carrots, would have counted as 2 items, but I could get 1 item twice. I don't know how far you can go with that. I think if you went in there and just got like 8 shares of tomatoes, somebody would say something. But let's take a look at these carrots. That is like one of the carroty looking carrots you're ever going to come across right there. And I know it's going to be delicious. And the share was 2 pounds, so there's going to be quite a few in here. And I'll probably be turning them up for a little while. It was crowded down there at the farmer's market this morning. I got there a little bit after 9, probably about 15, 20 minutes after 9, and the place was packed. It was just a nut house. Did get tomatoes, so there is pico in my future. Don't those look good? Huge. This one weighs more than a pound. That's a big tomato. That's a big tomato. Now, that pico de gallo, simplest thing in the world to make. You chop up the tomatoes, you chop up the onions, and then you saw it. Just mix them all together. Put in what you like. That's the rule for me. Look, I told you this was going to happen. Another carrot. They're everywhere. You know, I just realized I got to slow down. I'm talking a little fast. This is the culprit. Some delicious iced coffee. I don't put anything in it. That's just plain old coffee that I let get cold. Then you put it in a glass, and it's iced coffee. If you left it in a mug, it would just be old, cold coffee that you wouldn't drink. Pour it in a glass and suddenly it's acceptable. Here's the kale. Don't anybody tell me I didn't get kale, because there it is. Looks good. Tastes good, so I'm told. Also, I mentioned that we would be getting sweet corn for some time, and it's still some time. And here are 5 years of sweet corn. Put it in the salsa, the pico. A little corn. I just cook it in the microwave and slice it off the cob. Best thing in the world. Oh, you know what? Another tomato. No, what is this? That's right, it's a pepper. I was just testing you guys. Are you sure that's coffee? Some onions, nice big fat onions. Because we've talked about this over and over again that I do like onions. I put them in onion soup, onion bread, onion cake, you know, just about any onion-based food. I use an onion for it. Lettuce, looking good. Oh, the leaves are just falling right off it. I guess I'm going to have to eat this tonight. I likely will. And so those are my share items from Kent Family Growers. Looks pretty good. We're kind of falling into a rhythm or a pattern. So the next thing I got was I stopped at the stand next door and I got these Summer Snap pears. And aren't these the coolest looking thing? They're like red on one side and yellow on the other side, or green. I guess that's green, nowhere near red. I don't know why that is. Maybe one side's in the sun and the other isn't. That's probably it. Or maybe that's just the way they are. You know, like if you used to watch Dick Tracy, wasn't there a character in Dick Tracy called Half Face? He had like one face that looked, you know, maybe I'm just dreaming that. I used to read Dick Tracy all the time. It was one of my favorite comic strip comics. That and The Phantom. You don't get to read those anymore. So there we go. Summer Snaps, pears, onions, corn, carrots, tomatoes, melon, peppers, kale, lettuce. That is a great day of shopping for your CSA at Kent Family Growers. All right, moving on. Let's go to the weird food combination for the day. Let's slide these down here. This one is a tester. This was actually a suggestion from a longtime watcher, a guy who actually appeared on CSA unboxing videos with Tom Graser during season 2 when we had guest hosts. So I'm not going to say who it was. You'll have to figure it out. We're sticking with meat products. The noble hot dog, the summertime tradition of America. What is more American than a German-style hot dog? There it is, hot dog, and the this one's going to be hard. This is going to be hard. So, chocolate syrup, sprinkles. I'm kind of dreading this one. I don't think I want to do this one, but I'm going to do it because, you know, we've been doing this. Whoa! Okay, there's some chocolate. Oh, and this is the week I didn't bring a napkin out. Okay, great. I'm gonna wash this down with some iced coffee. All right, you got that, Chris? That looks good, huh? All right, little sprinkle. Actually, the sprinkle doesn't have a sprinkle top. I guess the sprinkles don't, you know, the different colored sprinkles don't have different flavors. It's all just one flavor. And we'll probably find out what that flavor is now. It's probably a little hot doggy. There we go. I'm not stalling. I'm seriously not stalling. One more look. All right. Let's see what happens. This is a brioche bun, so it looks a little bit like an eclair. Hot dogs have a distinctive flavor. And you can really taste the hot dog when you bite into that. And then the chocolate kind of trails along afterwards. But it's really overpowered by the dog itself. Just try the bun. Yeah, that just tastes like a dessert right there. I would not recommend this. Find something better to do with your hot dog and your chocolate syrup and your sprinkles, made by the fine people at Betty Crocker. Thanks very much for stopping in with this. Come back next week. We'll get some more vegetables that are delicious, and we'll do another one of these stupid things because it's all I got. Are you sure that's coffee?